Beginning in 1618, the 30 Years' War claimed the lives of at least 5 million people. It was a true European apocalypse. Today, we are sitting on a doomsday machine. Our challenge is to stop it before it destroys mankind, either through a global economic devastation or nuclear war. The solution provided by the Peace of Westphalia in 1648 to the atrocities of its time should be an inspiration for us to create a dynamic of peace through change of our way of thinking and our way of doing. Because it not only ended religious wars and established a new form of peace negotiations among states, as you can read in all history books, but more fundamentally, because it addressed agape, the Greek word for understanding, creative, redemptive goodwill for all men in a secular sense. It is with the same spirit that Martin Luther King was embodied the spirit in his famous political sermon delivered at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. Loving our enemies, inspired by Matthew's Gospel. He stressed, far from being the pious instruction of a utopian dreamer, this command is an absolute necessity for the survival of our civilization. And then he stressed, a second thing that an individual must do in seeking to love his enemies is to discover the element of good in his enemy. And every time you begin to hate that person and think of hating that person, realize that there is some good there and look at those good points which will overbalance the bad points. And then there is another reason why you should love your enemies, and that is because hate distorts the personality of the hater. What Martin expresses here, in its deepest form, is a principle shared by the best of all civilizations in our human history. When you are committed to improve a person by changing his or her way of thinking and acting, and therefore to improving yourself.